Young Life has been active in the New Tampa community for 16 years, and the things that we started in 1997, we're still doing today. In Young Life, we build meaningful friendships with kids, and we go where they are. Many teenagers are inwardly focused, and here in New Tampa, our leaders are really teaching teenagers to love others well, to serve people well, and to look beyond themselves. Young Life is all about relationships with God and relationships with teenagers. Club is a weekly time where we get together and we hang out with kids, we sing songs, we play games. They can put aside the stress of the week and just be themselves. Campaigners is a weekly small group Bible study where we can go a little deeper with kids and talk more specifically about life and what does God have to say about the things that they're dealing with. Teenagers' lives are so filled with clutter, and what's incredible about camp is we set up an environment that they can experience what it means to live life to the full and come face to face with Jesus. Teenagers will often say that Young Life Camp is one of the best weeks of their life. It's during cabin time and conversations with teenagers that God does some of his very best work.
One of the blessings of being a Young Life leader in Tampa for the past 30 years is I've got to see people develop through their journey of life. And in the midst of all that, continue to grow in their faith. And then now they're the ones who are contributing the dollars, they're contributing the time, they're contributing the prayers to be able to make Young Life sustainable here for the next generation.
Living in Hunter's Green, growing up going to the country club, it was all about what you looked like, what was on the outside. And I always felt like I had to have it all together and I had to have all the best things, and no one really knew what was going on with the real me. I grew up not always feeling like really cared for or loved for. And when I got to know Debbie, the Young Life leader, she really cared for me. And every time I showed up for anything involved with Young Life, whether it be a service project or club or campaigners, I really felt like she was excited to know about my week and how I was doing. I saw in Debbie a joy and love that I really wanted, that I felt like was missing in my life, and I wanted to be that kind of person. Young Life has taught me that I can make a difference in the lives of people, and that's why I wanted to become a teacher. Jesus gave me a second chance in my life, and I feel like as a teacher, every single day I can love kids no matter what happened the day before, no matter what happened a minute ago, and I can constantly care for them and love for them.
Looking back on it now, I can definitely see how being involved in Young Life in high school has really shaped the path of my life and my relationship with Jesus. You know, I was always an anxious person, still kind of am, but it really just brought a sense of calm and just knowing that I can't control everything and that I can just rely on Him, you know, in any situation that I came across. In fact, now my wife and I both are volunteer leaders with wildlife. I think it has even improved our marriage and made our marriage even stronger. I'm hoping that I can provide to these kids what I got out of it when I was their age.
I absolutely feel that one person can definitely make a difference in a person's life. Getting the seeds of Young Life and learning about Young Life helped me to see more outside of the box of what this whole Christianity thing really was. And it just instantly changed my life like that. Drug abuse was now non-existent in my life. Alcohol abuse, which was almost 5-6 days a week, I would show up in school and I would drink alcohol. Just cold turkey, just stopped like that. Grades started soaring. And it was just all about my relationship with Christ. It just really, really changed it instantaneously.
Back in high school, a lot of the things I did as far as activities and decisions I made were geared towards creating this image or persona that the way I wanted people to perceive me when I walked down the halls at Wharton. The first time I went to Young Life was actually our first meeting in New Tampa. Met Rob Tolley at lunch one day when he came in, and I was like, what's this old guy doing in our lunchroom? Rob invited me to Young Life, and it sounded like a cool thing. From the first time I went, all I looked forward to each week was going back on Monday nights. I really got the opportunity to start a personal relationship with Jesus. I'm just totally turned my world upside down and how I live my life and what God was to me.
I was a big people pleaser rather than a God pleaser. I really valued my faith, but I idolized what people thought of me. Knowing that I could find real true confidence in God rather than relying on confidence building through earthly things, I really found that I had strength and power through Him, and that I could be the person that I wanted to be and feel like I was beautiful and worth something in His eyes, and that He loved me no matter what. Being able to be a wildlife leader and show other girls that struggle with the same things I did in middle school and high school, it really just gives me such joy. Being a college student now, I'm faced with decisions that I've never been faced with, career decisions, life decisions that are just beyond me. And having a God that can take those burdens off of my shoulders and make those heavy decisions with me, it's just so wonderful. I'm not alone.
Jesus started his ministry around the age of 30, and for 3 years he invested in the lives of 12 men. And those 12 men went on to change the course of history. Young Life follows that same approach to ministry. We're not about quantity, we're about quality and relationships.
My name is Alex Karras.
I'm Bo Bobian.
I am Kristen Trimble.
I'm Billy Henry.
I am Chelsea Olson.
I'm an attorney.
I am a Christian. I am a father.
I'm a runner.
I'm a brother. I'm a son.
I am a kindergarten teacher.
I am a wildlife leader.
I am Young Life.
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 It's incredible to see a teenager's life transform right before your eyes. But the reality is, sometimes it takes time. A teenager's life is very much like a seed that's planted in the ground. It needs to be watered and cultivated and nurtured for it to grow. We're going to show up every week, listening and praying and encouraging, empowering teenagers to be who God created them to be and to live life to the full.